Hi, it's Robin at the Niskuna Senior Center. Today is Lucky Lindy Day, February 4th. So I just have a few facts about Charles Lindbergh that I wanted to read to you. And then I have a book recommendation because I love books too. So let's start with, in 1924, Lindbergh enlisted in the United States Army so he could be trained as an Army Air Service Reserve pilot. And once he completed his training, the Robertson Aircraft Corporation of St. Louis hired him to fly the mail between St. Louis and Chicago. So this is where he gained his reputation of being a cautious and capable pilot. Raymond Ortigue offered $25,000 for the first aviator who could fly from New York to Paris. He offered that in 1919, and no one had accomplished that. But Lindbergh believed he could win it if he had the right airplane. So he persuaded 9 St. Louis businessmen to help him finance the cost of the plane, hence the name, the Spirit of St. Louis. And he did it. The flight took 20 hours, 21 minutes. It was a transcontinental record. So May 20th, he took off. He landed on May 21st, and he accomplished what he said he could do, and he became very famous for it. Now, his heroic flight thrilled people throughout the world. He was honored with awards, celebrations, and parades. President Calvin Coolidge gave Lindbergh the Congressional Medal of Honor and the Distinguished Flying Cross. But before he went on his flight, he was approached by Robert Goddard and said to him, if you make this flight, which he never thought would happen, he would he said to come and see him, and he would talk to him about developing missiles and satellites and space travel. Later on in his life, in Lindbergh's life, Guggenheim, a North Shore millionaire and aviation enthusiast, visited him. Oh, excuse me, he's the one that visited him and said, when you get done with your flight, come and see me. And their friendship started. And he convinced Lindbergh for 3 months, to promote the Spirit of the St. Louis. And he touched down in 49 states, he visited 92 cities, and he gave 147 speeches. And he rode 1,290 miles in parades. So he became an overnight success. Then he met Anne Spencer Morrow. He was in Mexico, and he met her, and they got married in 1929. He taught her how to fly. They went on flying expeditions together throughout the world. She was the one charting the new routes and the new places for them to go to. She also became famous for her poetry and for her writing, and she was the first licensed female glider pilot in the U.S. However, she lived in her husband's shadow, which I will talk about with this book, and what it was like for her to be his wife. Now a little bit more. Unfortunately, on March 1932, the Lindbergh's 20-month-old son, Charles Augustus Jr., was kidnapped. So he is known not only to be a pilot, but for the Lindbergh baby kidnapping. Unfortunately, the baby, as we all know, was killed, and but a new law was developed through this tragedy that made kidnapping a federal offense if the victim is taken across state lines or if mail service is used for ransom demands. So he moved on with his life, and he got into a little bit of controversy. In 1938, he got involved with a Nazi official, and he was presented with the German Medal of Honor. And Lindbergh accepted the medal, and the people of the United States were very upset. And they thought of him as a Nazi sympathizer, and his reputation went down for a while. But he would not return the medal. He stuck to his guns, and he kept it. After he joined the American First Committee, and he organized the opposed voluntary American entry into World War II, which again, his reputation was going downhill fast. He criticized President Franklin Roosevelt of his foreign policies, and he charged the British, Jewish, and pro-Roosevelt groups leading Americans into war. And he resigned his commission in the Army Air Corps after Roosevelt publicly denounced him. So then his reputation is not good, and he's trying to get it to be untouched. Lindbergh withdrew from public attention, and he worked on other things. And President Dwight Eisenhower restored Lindbergh's commission and appointed him a brigadier general in the Air Force in 1954. So things started to turn better for him. He traveled a lot, and he became interested in cultures and people in Africa and the Philippines. And in 1974, he died of cancer at a Hawaiian island of Maui with his wife and children by his side. Now, I would think that it would be very hard to live in his shadows, and this book, The Aviator's Wife, by Melanie Benjamin, although it's fiction, it's historical fiction, and it describes what it was like to be his wife, and I highly recommend this book. I really enjoyed it, and it just gave you a different perspective of what he was like. So enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the little bit of trivia, and let me know if you like the book. Bye.